Hey, I'm Simon. What if I told you we're on the verge of breakthroughs in space tech that could literally reshape life here on Earth and beyond? Today, I'm diving into 6 incredible space innovations that aren't just science fiction. They're happening right now. Let's jump straight into number 6, 3D printing in space. Imagine astronauts building tools, spare parts, or even entire habitats right in orbit or on another planet using 3D printers. Sounds futuristic, right? NASA and private companies are actively developing these printers, designed to use materials readily available on the Moon or Mars. This could eliminate the need to transport heavy equipment from Earth, drastically reducing costs and complexity. But here's the big question. How soon could this tech become mainstream? And what challenges still stand in the way? We'll unravel that soon. But first, there's something else equally fascinating. Number 5 on our list is asteroid mining. And yes, you heard that right. Imagine tapping into asteroids rich in precious metals like gold, platinum, and rare minerals essential for technology back on Earth. Space companies are racing to identify asteroids that could make mining feasible and profitable. Just one asteroid could contain trillions of dollars worth of resources. But here's the twist. Could asteroid mining trigger a new economic revolution, or would it spark intense global competition? Stick around because we'll get into that shortly. Next up at number 4 is space-based solar power. Picture this. Gigantic solar panels floating high above Earth, harvesting sunlight 24 hours a day, and beaming unlimited clean energy directly to our planet. Unlike ground-based solar, this method isn't affected by clouds, nighttime, or weather conditions, making it incredibly efficient. But how realistic is it to transmit this power safely back to Earth? And could it genuinely solve our global energy crisis? We'll answer that in just a bit, because there's another innovation you absolutely have to see. Number 3 is artificial gravity. You've seen it in countless sci-fi films, but now scientists are seriously exploring ways to create gravity in space stations or long-duration spacecraft. Artificial gravity could eliminate health problems astronauts face in zero gravity, such as muscle loss and weakened bones. But how exactly could this technology work? And how close are we to making it a reality? Hold on to that curiosity because I'll explain more shortly. Before we unpack artificial gravity, let's quickly circle back to 3D printing in space. NASA has already successfully tested 3D printing on board the International Space Station, creating tools astronauts needed in real time. They're now planning larger experiments, including constructing entire lunar habitats. Imagine astronauts building shelters on the Moon using only local lunar dust. But can these structures truly withstand harsh conditions like meteor strikes or intense radiation? I'll touch on that again soon. Because first, we need to revisit asteroid mining. Asteroid mining might seem far-fetched, but companies have already designed spacecraft specifically for mining and returning asteroid materials to Earth. The economic potential is staggering. Just a single asteroid could hold enough platinum to surpass Earth's entire reserve. But here's a critical question. Who would control these resources, and could asteroid mining trigger geopolitical tensions? It's an intriguing possibility we'll explore later. Now let's jump back into artificial gravity. Creating gravity in space could involve rotating spacecraft or habitats to generate a centrifugal force that mimics gravity's pull. Scientists are actively experimenting with prototypes and concepts, believing this could enable longer missions and deeper space exploration. But could artificial gravity also be practical enough for everyday space travel, or would its complexity limit widespread use? We'll uncover those answers shortly. But first, let's return to space-based solar power. Transmitting energy safely from space to Earth might sound risky, but scientists propose using microwave or laser beams aimed precisely at receiving stations on Earth. Initial studies suggest this method can be safe, reliable, and incredibly efficient, potentially supplying clean power to entire cities. But could the cost of launching massive solar arrays into space outweigh the benefits? Or will breakthroughs make it feasible for global use? These space technologies could literally reshape life as we know it. But we're not done yet. There are 2 more groundbreaking innovations you definitely don't want to miss. Could humans soon be living permanently off-world? And what about traveling faster than ever before? Stick around because what's coming up will completely change how you imagine the future. Number 2 on our list is lunar habitats, and they're closer than you might think. Imagine humans establishing permanent, self-sustaining communities on the Moon. NASA, SpaceX, And other international space agencies are actively developing plans for lunar bases that could support long-term human stays. These bases would use local lunar resources like ice deposits for water, lunar soil for building materials, and solar energy for power. But could humans realistically adapt to living permanently on the moon, facing harsh radiation, extreme temperatures, and isolation? And how could these lunar bases pave the way for deeper space exploration, like missions to Mars? Before we dive deeper into lunar habitats, let's touch briefly on number 1, a technology that might make distant planets feel much closer: nuclear propulsion. Traditional rocket engines are limited by fuel capacity and speed, but nuclear-powered rockets could dramatically reduce travel times across our solar system. Imagine reaching Mars in just weeks instead of months. NASA and DARPA are collaborating right now to develop safe and powerful nuclear propulsion systems. But is this tech genuinely safe enough to use, or could launching nuclear-powered rockets pose significant risks? Now, circling back to lunar habitats, imagine waking up in a cozy lunar base overlooking the surface of the moon. Scientists believe building habitats using inflatable modules covered by protective layers of lunar soil could shield astronauts from radiation and micrometeorites effectively. Local ice could provide drinking water, breathable air, and even rocket fuel, making the moon a launching pad for missions to Mars and beyond. But would these lunar settlements be sustainable long-term? And could they even spark a new era of human civilization in space? And speaking of revolutionary possibilities, let's return to nuclear propulsion. Space agencies believe nuclear thermal engines could offer twice the efficiency of chemical rockets, drastically cutting travel times. Missions to Mars, Jupiter's moons, or even distant asteroids could become routine within our lifetimes. But here's the critical question: can nuclear propulsion ever be safe enough for regular missions? And how quickly could this tech become standard in space exploration? All 6 of these incredible space technologies, 3D printing in space, asteroid mining, space-based solar power, artificial gravity, lunar habitats, and nuclear propulsion, have the potential to redefine humanity's future. They're more than just innovations. They're stepping stones toward an entirely new way of life. So now I'm genuinely curious. Which of these breakthroughs excites or fascinates you the most? Could you picture yourself living on the moon, benefiting from space-based power, or watching as humans mine resources from asteroids? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found these space innovations as exciting as I do, be sure to hit that like button to support the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because there's plenty more groundbreaking tech and future-focused insights headed your way. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll catch you in the next video.